Sorry, guys. I don't know why it's doing that today. We'll get this fixed here in just a second. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Back in business. There we go. Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Have a. Hope that's really loud for you guys. Dang it. Anywho, there's Mars. There we go. Liz is in action here. Loud and clear. Good deal. Thank you guys for bringing that to my attention. Oh, man. Born to be a monkey, forced to be a human. Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know if I'd be swinging from trees, though, as monkeys do. And I like wearing clothes. So, yeah. All right, Terry, starting off this early. I was having technical difficulties. And what I was saying about jelly and jams is why don't they have apple jam with chunks of apples in it? Or apple marmalade type thing. You got the orange marmalade with chunks of oranges in there? Anyway. First world problems. I want chunks of apple in my apple jelly. But anyway. Not much, man. We're just hitting here a couple little things going on today. It's National Bike to School today. So if you're going to school, make sure you ride your bike. It's National Bike Day. The only person we have that's going to school on here is in Morocco. So she may be riding her bicycle every day for all I know. Jelly is for suckers. I just like apple. There's no apple jam or nothing like that. There's nothing. It's hard enough to even just find apple jelly. So, I feel like I'm left out. Somebody needs to contact Smuckers and see what's going on and get that fixed. Because of abnormal trickery. Well, I don't leave it out on the counter. I put it in the refrigerator, the jelly. It's not like I'm, I'll leave a little bit of stick of butter in the butter tray on the counter so it stays soft, but have like a little cover for it. I'm going to spread it on my toast or something else. I'm not breaking my toast to pieces with a chunk of frozen butter. But anyway. You might try with school tomorrow. Oh, school's far? Ride your bike. How far is it? I don't know. When I was a kid, we rode bikes all day long. My legs were ripped as a kid. Man, I was riding that little BMX bike everywhere, all day, every day. I could have rode it to school and back 20 times and not even bat an eyelash. But, that's what we were doing as kids, riding bicycles and playing ball in the field or something like that, running around like crazy kids. But now if you see a random kid, 9 or 10 years old, riding down the road, you're like calling the cops, where are your parents, I live right down the street. But if they have applesauce, why not orange sauce? There you go. See? The inquiring minds want to know. No, jam is not the same as jelly. Jelly is just, gelatinous type looking, I guess is to say it. And jam has chunks of the fruit in it. So yeah, jelly is fake. I should make my own, shouldn't I? Buy a bag of apples, slave in the kitchen for about an hour and a half, and make 1 jar of apple jam. And then cuss myself because I could have gone to the store and got a jar for $2. You're still on the BMX? Yeah. We used to we'd jump off ramps. We'd make our own ramps. There was this one loading dock at this place that shut down or whatever, but it went down into the ground for the trucks to back up to the building, and it had these concrete sides. It's like our version of a half pipe, except with jagged edges. And we used to ride that and just, until, we were bleeding out the outer elbow or something like that from falling and crashing, things like that, So it was fun. It was fun as a kid, riding bikes everywhere and exploring and stuff like that. I don't know. I still like to do that even if I'm not going hiking and hanging out back. I'm exploring even my own backyard. It's not huge, but there's little things that I notice. Get out there and checking things out, that I like. So, I don't know. Get out there, people. Ride your bikes. And then here's another stupid national holiday. This is only in America, I can imagine. National Packaging Design Day. Really? You're going to have a national day for designing packages. Apple's your least favorite fruit? Really? Damn. All right, then. I eat apples all the time. I like them. I like them. They're good on the go, and I throw the apple core on the side of the road. I throw it out the window if I'm driving. It's nothing more than a piece of fruit falling out of a tree in the forest. It's not gonna hurt. It's not littering. An apple core is not littering. I chunk that sucker out the window or out on the grass or something like that. I won't put it in somebody's yard. That's kind of rude. Throwing apple cores in somebody's front yard. Then they want to pick it up, especially if they've got like a manicured lawn. But anyway, you rode in competition. Wow. You won against a 3-time X Game champion. I do like the X Games. Those are fun to watch. Mountain biking down the hill. Yeah, that's... I'll do it, but it's going to be slow. And I might actually wear a helmet that time. I've never had cherry jam. Huh. We're going to really get into this jelly jam thing going on here. Why? Yeah, blackberry sounds amazing. Okay. Is there a blueberry jam? Or a cherry jam? This is an untouched market we're talking about here. Who's got the business sense in here? Who's our who's got a degree in business management? We got to get this going. Write down these fruits, and we got to come up with our own jelly jam. And what would we call it? If we as a collective on this channel started our own jam business, well, spitball some names, some witty names for the jam company. I know you guys are are creative enough to come like that. Blackberry jam superior. There is a blueberry jam. It's gross, huh? Oh, maybe so. I don't know. Kiss it on the lips. Oh, Johnny B, that video is still bizarre and hilarious at the same time. Buttered sausage. I like honey. I kiss it on the lips. Mulberry jam. That sounds good too. Rachel wanted to do her start a jelly jam business, and she wanted to call it Jam On It. I kind of helped her with that name. I thought it was kind of cool. Make it look like some 80s, I don't know what, some kind of 80s design with the funky shapes and colors and had the jam on it. I don't know. Reggae jam? Mulberries. I don't know. What other jams could we call it? We can call it Terry's jam. Each fruit is squeezed like the stretchy britches on his legs. I don't think we'd get any sales for that, though. Like, ugh. And then have Terry's picture on the jar. Oh, that'd be kind of disturbing. Oh, gosh. Terry toe jam. Oh, gosh. Trucker toe jams. Oh, yeah, this is getting tasty already. Yeah, it'll have to have Terry incorporated in some way to make it marketable, for sure. Yeah, and then since he's got the, well, I guess he's the license to drive a big truck, he can transport our goods to all the supermarkets around, and we can make money. See, there you go. You guys get together. We just need to fill out a contract. Everybody in the chat get together, sign in there, and we'll vote on a name. Terry's Testes Jam? No, gosh, that is disgusting. We want to win customers. We don't want to scare them all away. Testes Jam? Yeah, I'm sure there would be a few buyers, some freaks out there. Terry would probably buy his own product to make it look like it sells, and the rest of it we just rot on the shelves, I would imagine. Really, Terry? Should I recite that? In the chat. Uncle Terry is just stretchy jam. You have to lick it before you stick it. Oh, gosh. I like the... all the lot lizards around the world love it. I thought it... Damn woodpecker. I thought that the... Terry's stretchy jam, we extract the juice like Terry's stretchy pants do. Something like that. Oh, and just spread it on some microwave bologna. And buttered sausage. Yeah, you got here just in time. Jeez. Only Terry would turn it to that direction. Oh, man, that's hilarious. But you guys got to come up with some other ones. We could put up some messages. Meanwhile, on this day in history, sidebar here, May 7th, 1945, the German High Command surrendered. So, yeah, there you go. On this day. And then our illustrious president is declaring 2 more national holidays. He wants to declare May 8th, Victory over World War II Day, something of that nature. And then November 11th, which is Veterans Day here in the United States, he wants that to be recognized as victory in World War I. Which it is. That's what Veterans Day was, the Armistice Accord or something like that. I think that's what they called it for the peace treaty there, where they ended World War I. And that's when they made November 11th Veterans Day for that purpose. So, there are a lot of interesting things about Terry on there. Yeah. He's a very, what would I had the word in my head. Need a Gulf of America Day. Oh gosh, no, random. I can't repeat that. All right, so we're at what timestamp are we on here? Oh, guys, I don't even want to know. If you want to see Random's comment, you have to get in around the 13-minute mark. Cheeto Man Day. Uncle Terry's... No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too disgusting. Should be any day now. Oh my gosh, I don't know. You guys are way more versed in politics than I am. I really don't follow it that much. I'm gonna open up my browser. I got it set up where I get all these random news feeds, and that was the one about the president wanting to make 2 more national holidays. But national holidays, typically, government facilities shut down. So, like on Veterans Day, the post office and your city hall, things like that will be shut down on Veterans Day. But he said these 2 holidays will not be considered federal shutdown days, or if you want to call them that. But anyway, read his comment, you're visually impaired. I doubt that, Johnny B. All right, we'll do the announcer voice notes. Get Uncle Terry's butt butter and toe jam. Spread it on your French stick. There you go. You happy now? Get yours today. And it comes with a waiver you have to sign every time you every time you buy a jar of his toe jam. You have to sign a waiver saying that you won't hold him liable for any dysentery or anything like that. So you're not happy you just heard that. Hey Blue, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. Yeah, we're talking about jellies and jams, and it spiraled completely out of control, and it involves Terry's private parts and stretchy britches. But we still have, we're still spitballing ideas for the name of the jelly/jam. So, I don't know. Motalk Wednesday. Yeah. I tried to change the subject a couple of times, like the National Day today and this day in history, but it hasn't worked. We're totally stuck on making Terry famous for jellies and jams. Yep. Swamp ass jam. What? We want to sell the product. We don't want people running away from it and throwing up in the aisles of the grocery store. His jam is not microwavable, it'll explode. It probably has flakes of metal in it. I bet. And Pearl Jam sucks, by the way. Eddie Vedder can go jump off a cliff. I think his music blows. I'll just go ahead and say it. It's controversial to some people. I think he's like, it can't be for his singing ability. It's got to be because he's a, Fabio looking guy, and all the women like him for that. Yeah, Pearl Jam sucks, and that, I don't know. But if you named it Pearl Jams, it would probably sell because of the singer, the group, whatever you're gonna call it. Probably would. The two bands, I told you this before, the two bands that I loathe the most is Pearl Jam's and Dave Matthews Band. And on Sirius XM, they both have dedicated channels to those guys. What the hell? Yeah, I don't like it. I think they're horrible. I don't get it. It's almost like they brought, he's like a deaf mute, or not, he can't be a mute, but he's like on the spectrum, and he's tone deaf, and then they feel sorry for him, and they go ahead and, let him have a record deal. And, I was like, it's okay, buddy, you can have a record deal. I never understood Dave Matthews Band either. I don't know, it's like, I got to change the channel every damn time it comes on the radio. I listen to like 90s alternative on Sirius XM, and it'll throw in a Dave Matthews Band or Pearl Jam song. I gotta switch stations or mute it. Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to it. I refuse to stand my ground. You're scared? You want to pray? Well, I normally save my prayers for the homeless and hungry. So, because I don't think the higher being we call God is worried about your traffic ticket or if you found your keys or not. So, that's just me. You can believe what you want to believe, but you don't have to live like a refugee. Like the other red hair as the lead singer. I guess so. I don't know. Alice in Chains, they're all right. Alice in Chains is all right. I don't do commercial radio either. I do Sirius XM. It's satellite radio here in the United States and Canada. You pay for it like a streaming service, and you can play it on your phone or in your car, driving up and down the road. And they got hundreds of channels, and you can, play your favorite artist and things like that. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, every time anything those two bands come up, I give it a thumbs down or give it a dislike, in hopes that it won't subject me to those songs again. You like Alice, but not the Chains too much? Too Halloweeny for you? Sloria's here. Sloria, it's National Bike to School Day. Did you ride your bike to school today, Sloria? Oh. Yeah, I remember the, I guess it had to be the 80s, when they had those plastic mag rims that everybody was freaking out about. Regular BM bikes had the spokes and whatever, and the rim, the metal rim. But then they came out with the plastic rim, and it had the, give them different colors. And it's like, oh, you're the cool kid on the block, and those things. Yeah. But then they, would puncture tires if they got a little groove cut inside of the plastic. It really wasn't that great of a thing. I think that's why it didn't last long. The 90s was a whiny era of music. Not really. Well, I guess it could be. Yeah. You don't have a bike and didn't have school today. Well, there you go. Where is Ramesh? He's not even on here this morning. Tough rims. Yeah, right. 5-spoke plastic rims. They are back? Oh my gosh. Well, it's like if you nick plastic, it's going to leave this little pointy piece sticking out, right? Unless you go in there and trim it off, it's going to start poking your tire and your inner tube, and it was just garbage. Now, they didn't warp like metal rims would, I guess. I don't know. All right, somebody in Pakistan, Anu. Oh, you take a taxi to school? Fancy. Yeah, why don't kids use Ubers and stuff like that? If I was one of those parents here in the States that drove my kid to school every day because I didn't want to ride in a bus, I would probably pay the $4 to let him ride an Uber, which would be way better than me sitting in line for an hour and a half to let my kid at school. But everybody knows how I feel about that already. Ride the damn buses. Everybody wants to go green, save the earth, but you want to drive 500 vehicles in to bring 500 kids. I don't understand it. You try to put spinner rims on your bike. Oh, spinner rims. That's funny. He's still rolling, but he's standing still. Whoa. You wish you were me. My life looks so nice. I have a green wall, a paper map, and an 8-ball. So I think those are pretty achievable if you want to get those type of items. Yeah. It only took me 30 years to get to this point. 48 if you want to count the whole life. So I knew I didn't mean to make light of your situation. You know, I hope the best for you. We don't condone war or anything like that here. We're trying to keep things light and upbeat. So I apologize. I kind of just throw off the cuff there. But anyway, it's a magic 8-ball. So we're clear. You're right. You are right. It is a magic 8-ball. It may not be pure these days. 8-ball of Matthew. Does Dave Matthews Band blow? It is certain. That's what it says right there. It is certain. Even the 8-ball knows that Dave Matthews Band is a horrible band. So if an inanimate object can detect that, then why can't anybody else? Matthew instead of Matthew. Oh, there goes the friends we made back in Malcolm. Yeah, I ruined everybody's friendship. Agreed. Oh, man. I'm sorry, I knew. I was stuck on jams and Pearl Jams and stuff. Sometimes I just blurt things out. I apologize. I think that's what makes half this show is I just kind of throw things out there randomly. But sometimes it's bad. But, you know, I don't have an answer. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. You're still stuck in Terry's stretchy britches. Matt, would you like him to be a... Would you rather Terry be in stretchy britches or leather pants? Terry's our truck driver that joins the channel. And we haven't even decided where Terry is. I think he's home in Kentucky right now. Normally we used to guess what state he's in driving his truck around America. Yeah, why not both? Can you make stretchy leather? I know they made blue jeans stretchy, so denim fabric, they put a little bit of something in there, and now you can have the stretchy waistband in your blue jeans. If they can do that with denim, why can't they do that with leather? I mean, right? Why not both? He's dazed and confused. Leather sweat stinks. Yeah, stretch is airy. I get you. Why do the kinky people like leather then? Do they love stench? Is that what it is? I don't know. You got this notorious picture or idea or stereotype for freaky people wearing leather. I guess they just want to stink too. Anyway, if there's a stray dog, should you run or climb a tree? I would say climb a tree. I don't think you can outrun a dog unless it's like a Chihuahua or maybe a pug. If it's a pug, you can outrun a pug. But if it's anything aside from a pug, probably, or a wiener dog, you probably want to climb a tree. Dogs can't climb trees for the most part. I would say 99% of dogs can. You'd be safe. And then you get to just look down at it and laugh at it until somebody comes along or the dog gets tired of you. Sweat makes it better. Oh gosh, I don't know. Take it home. Take the dog home. Well, she said the dog, a stray dog. Well, she didn't. Is it Jostle? Jocelyn? I'm not sure. She didn't specify the dog was mean or not. I immediately assumed it was chasing her, and because you said run or climb a tree. I don't know. It's a pit bull with a long chain. Well, that's not cool. Why do people put dogs on chains anymore? I know we used to do that all the time. People did it all the time back in whatever day. It was a total norm to tie your dog to a tree, and you just had this circle of dead grass around the tree where the dog, or you come home, the dog is completely wrapped up in the tree, and he can't get to his water. It was pretty jacked up, if you think about it. You have a phobia of dogs? It comes with a free chain. Yeah, you can't put dogs on chains in Georgia, I don't think, anymore either. Michael Vick had the dog fighting thing, and he went to jail for it. Yeah, you're not... I've got a nice fenced-in backyard. Robert is doing better, by the way. He had a second series of heartworm shots yesterday. He was in pain. He was mopey. He was whimpering. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't drink water, though. He's drinking fluids. This morning, he's a little better now. He's a little more peppy. He's feeling better now. And he's finally took his medicine. And since he wouldn't eat yesterday, I couldn't get him his medicine yesterday. But, anywho, he's doing better. Although he's not in here with us this morning. He's laying on his little Tempur-Pedic bed in the living room. So we're just going to let him chill until he gets fully back to full strength. And then good old Robert will be laying here on the couch with me. So, right, yeah. That was a little bit I was going to do. I had these ideas that kind of just spitfire, and I try to record them and remember them. One of them was like, if go to the audience and say, how many pet owners do we have here? And then you can turn that to say, my fellow slave owners, If you can't walk out in the front yard with your animal not on a leash and it runs away, then if you have to chain it, leash it, box it up, then it's just a slave animal. It's not really a pet. Set it free. Robert's a slave animal. If I let him go in the front yard, he'll take off, and he'll go off into the horizon and probably come back a few days later if I'm lucky. So, yeah, I've enslaved Robert. He stays inside the house or the fenced backyard. So, oh, there's so many dogs in the Philippines. Wow, so you're from the Philippines. You live in the Philippines. We haven't marked off the Philippines off the map. You're our first person from the Philippines. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, we try to mark people up here, Do they eat the dogs in the Philippines? Like in the markets and stuff? That would be disturbing. I know American tourists go to these countries and they see that and they're just completely horrified, which I think it is kind of horrifying. Yeah. Mars is from South Africa. That's right. I remember that. Did we mark that off too? We have not. I got to mark off South Africa. It's getting warmer down there for him. I've trained Robert, when I walk down the street, he stands right beside me. I've trained him on the leash to walk beside me, and we walk together. But I see people who are just being pulled by their dog across the park or something like that, and they can't keep up with it. Or they got these new leashes now where it goes around your waist like a belt, and you don't have to actually hold it. So it's just pulling on your waist. The dog's just kind of doing its own thing around you, which seems very chaotic. Yeah, those look a little weird. It's getting colder there? Well, I thought you're in the southern hemisphere. It should get a little bit warmer this time of year than it normally would be. I don't know. What do I know? Robert's digging box. How's Robert's digging box? Yeah, he hasn't touched it. That was a failed experiment. Completely failed endeavor. He had no desire to touch that thing in any way, which totally blows my mind. He was so obsessed with the raised bed, the raised garden. I thought for sure he would like it. No, doesn't care for it at all. So I'll take that. I'll take that soil. I have some ideas for some plants out in the front yard, and I'll use some of that soil for that. It won't go to waste. But yeah. Wow. If he was on your right, he stayed on my right. On my heel. Awesome dog. Get it trained from your left side to your right side. Wow. That's impressive. Leche flan? I'm not sure what leche flan is. I would say that I would try it, but I'd be lying to you. So I'm not going to do that. Sure, I'll try that tomorrow. Let's do it this evening. I wouldn't even know where to find that. Yeah. So anywho, the Philippine food. There is a, actually there is a Filipino restaurant not far from here. Maybe they have something like that. But yeah, tres leche. Wow, I'd like to get Robert to a trainer and let him, get the basic techniques down, the sit and the stay, come here, go there type thing. That would be really cool to have him a little more disciplined. I have been working on it some, but I got my numb. I'll forget him to scratch him off. You're welcome. Thank you, Terry. Philippines. South Africa. There we go. I wrote it down, Terry. Good job, buddy. It's a little jelly but sweet. Huh. Interesting. Cake Mars? Bebe's leche? Is that a cake? I don't know. That's got to be something for South Africa. Maybe he can enlighten us on what Bebe's leche. Well, I have another phone here. I could look it up. I have the internet too. I'm on it, right? What is this? B-E-B-S. Okay, B-E-B-E-S. Leche. Boop. There it is. Did we get a picture? It's called baby milk. It's a Spanish phrase that translates to baby milk or milk for a baby. It's straightforward way to describe milk intended for a baby's consumption. Well, there you go. I haven't tried that. Probably won't. Yeah, Robert's a smart dog too, and he catches on some stuff. I'm not a dog trainer. I'm not a dog whisperer, And there is a guy locally here in this town that does dog training. He has little groups every couple of months. You sign up and, yeah, get him trained and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. Right now, like I said, he just got his shots and we've been doing some other stuff. I'll get to it when I have a little more time and he's a lot more used to me because he's only been with me for a couple of months. I don't think that's an excuse, but yeah. Random making all... What are you doing, Random? Getting all the women excited and stuff. Drink milk in Spanish? Nope, it's baby milk. So yeah. For whatever reason, babies like nasty milk. So I don't know why, but they love it. I guess it's, once they taste processed milk, they don't care for the mama milk anymore. Oh, he's talking about lizards and leeches. Who Wesley? I'm not sure. You guys are going on in the chat. It's a hard time for me to keep up with all that kind of stuff. Another side note here on this day in history. This what was considered to be the first known serial killer in the United States. He was succumbed to being hung. And for his crimes, he confessed to 130 murders, but some people believe he exceeded 200. And that was in 1861. Dude was just going around and shooting people or stabbing people. This is why, crime back then, you could get away with it for a long time. But today you can't even spit on somebody's Tesla and you're going to jail. There's so many cameras and stuff anymore. But yeah, this guy, he was a whacked up dude. That's a lot of killing. That's a lot of work. Is that messed up? Think about, damn, that's a lot of work. Or you just leave them there. He would like kill random people. I don't know his whole story, but they say the number probably exceeded 200 as a serial killer. Serial killers follow a pattern or something like that. I don't know. You can kill some Raisin Bran. Does that count? Yeah, thank goodness for cameras everywhere. Really. There's still, you can't get away with anything today. You can't. There's not that you should, but you really can't. Yeah. You just imagine how many people got away with horrific crimes like murder in like the 1800s or anything prior to 1900. Because I think the first fingerprint started 1912 or something like that. I saw somewhere. Anyway, somewhere around 1900, they discovered that fingerprints are identifiable. People, and they had the first trial, the dude went to jail. But anything, that's when people were like, ooh, we can catch people with fingerprints. But anyway, should you make her come to a date? I don't think you should make the girl come to date. Hey, you're beautiful. You're coming with me. Let's go over here. It's like, I have told you, and there it shall be. Follow me to the diner now, or the restaurant. Ask. I would ask. It would be probably the more polite thing to do, instead of asserting your dominion over her randomly. You. Let's go. I was just going to the store. Not anymore. Why don't you just club her? Ugh, pop. Just knock them over the head. The whole stereotype of cavemen clubbing women and dragging them by the hair of their head. That's some dude's fetish that he portrayed about cavemen 100 years ago. She's 20 and you're 22. It's perfect. Look at you. She's of legal age here in the States. Yeah, typically you just want to come up to her and ask her out. Not that I'm a pro at that or anything, but that tends to work a little bit better. You have kittens in your van? Oh my gosh. But if I had to give you any advice, don't get married till you're like 30. Don't even worry about getting married till you're 30. And probably don't even worry about having kids, but that's just me. Yeah, just throw her over your shoulder, club her, throw her over your shoulder, and just take her wherever you please. No, I can't say that. Please don't do that. And then Blue reversed the roles and clubbed Wesley. That's what Blue does to Wes. Yep. That's funny. I gotta watch that video. I haven't seen it. Club Wesley and take him off. I don't know. That's a lot of brutal force to knock a person out and then drag them by the hair of their head. They'd want to be. I guess if they were knocked out, they wouldn't feel the pain of being drugged by the hair of their head. I'm way overthinking this stuff. Because if she wasn't unconscious, she'd be flailing and screaming. You pulling her by the hair of her head. So I guess you had to knock them out. I don't know. But that was really quick, Jocelyn. Just like in the a few minutes of being on this live stream, you managed to snag yourself a girlfriend on a date. Kudos to you. Kudos to you, indeed. Oh my gosh. If you drag her by the feet, she's going to fill it with dirt. Don't do that. Oh, the twisted minds that we have early in the morning here. I know it's not morning for everybody everywhere around the world, obviously. But, yeah, for me, that's a lot to take in at 7:40 in the morning. Should anybody take advice from Terry? Ask again later. Yeah, I've got to wait for Terry to get off the stream, and then I can ask again. Sorry, not sorry. Hey, don't be sorry, Blue. I think that's the whole thing now. The women are clubbing the men over the head and taking them back to their homes. So yeah, the roles have reversed. Every guy you see on the internet, or even in real life, they're all just succumb to their wives. She sent me up here. Make sure I get a receipt and don't screw this up, or something like that. Or I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. Uh, that is some main character stuff. Freed a dog off a chain and got a date within 2 minutes. That's like some James Bond stuff. Unfair channel. What are you talking about? And it's time for Terry's 10-second timeout. Excuse me. Hey, I almost forgot. It's our daily routine of putting Terry in the 10-second timeout. I don't even know why it offers the ability to do 10-second timeout. 10 seconds. It's so quiet in here without him. You know, the first card. Pow! Uno's fun. I haven't played that game in a while. It was good with the kids. They really liked it. Very simple game. But anyway. No, Liz dropped in earlier. She was in the beginning of the live stream, Blue. And then, I guess, her munchkin started running around. She had other things to do, so yeah. But it's almost time to call it a day. Oh my goodness. I got another WTF news video coming out. I'm going to try to get it done today. So best jelly flavor. By voting, strawberry has won in my little poll. Against all the others, grape and apple. So strawberry is the winner. Pretty good stuff. I still like apples better though. And Terry's back. What did we learn, Terry? Yeah. No, Wesley. No. Wow. Wow. You really thought about that one, Wesley. Oh my gosh. Buy your deep throat jelly today because we can't just jam it down your throat. Oh my gosh. It's so checked up. No more marketing sessions for you guys. We can't, yeah, it'll never work. We'll never be able to get off the ground with a product with phrases like this. But anyway, it's time to go. You guys have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, check out some other stuff. You guys are awesome. I had fun this morning. Robert's going to be okay. Hopefully he'll be on camera tomorrow morning. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.